Hey guys, how's your Monday evening going? We're going to continue the illustration of this character. Possibly thinking the character might become might become more regular in the future. But we're just going to work on the colouring, the rendering, and just take our time with this one. If you've got any questions about anything on the channel or any art questions, let me know. I'll do a couple of hellos. So, Galaham19 was here quite early. It's going good if you're here. If not, then I'll probably answer this again later. Hello to Tegan, Red Knight, and Kanan. So Kanan says, cool, I'm making some art for you and the art gang, but got art blocking a bit sad to improvise. Yeah, improvisation's all good. Works really well. Right, where do we get to on this? I need to remember where we last hit off. Hey Ben, how's it going? Oh, a catnip kaiju. No. Kaijus aren't allowed in my house. I've got the KDF as the guards at the front of the house. They are also catnip gas proof. But that's a good try. You nearly got me with that one. I also, just so you guys know, I've been working on character spreadsheets, as they were, or a database for my characters and info. So I do have some bits of going in there. But if there's any questions you guys want to know about the characters, I either know the answer or I will add it to the database, like a field for it, and fill it out later on. But there's quite a fair bit of information. I spent a bit of time last night doing it. Hey Ben! I won't be here for long, but we'll be back later. Because we just went back from canoeing for some activities before the end of school and on our way back to class. Now that's cool, Ben. Not a problem. Glad you could join in. Jump in and out as and when you can. So, where do we get to? We got the main bulk of this done. I think I just need to start working on the background now that we've got that. So, we're going to start working on pretty much the background here. Ben says, catnip, a creature that spews gas that makes people sleep and have horrific nightmares. That's crazy. Dempsey has a counter. Yes, but that's because I create my own multiverse universe, so I could just say what happens and they appear and defend me. It's great, isn't it? I watched some anime before you started. Which anime were we watching, Red Knight? I love a good piece of anime from time to time. It really, it's the best way to do it. It really kind of like emphasizes the whole essence of I don't know, just fun times to get absorbed. The stories are always so good. Yo, Justin, how's it going? Anyone got a submachine gun that can obliterate a high security system? No. That won't work. I have a failsafe for that as well. Sorry, Ben. I'm quite well established from all the streams now. I thought all these kind of like xenomorph things we've got systems that can handle xenomorphs. We can handle high caliber submachine guns. Hey Ark, how's it going? I'm not too bad. Just setting up for the stream and just working on this. I was saying earlier, in case anybody knows, because I know there's a few questions from Kingpin's stream. If anyone's got any, I've got kind of like a narrator base at the moment. Hey Kingpin, talk of the devil and you should appear. Yeah, I created a narrator database for all my narrators, including ages, core notes, so there's some stuff I can read that out, some stuff I can't, which side they're on, identifying features, even if they've got a relationship, their gender, the specialist area. Some of them I filled out their preferences, and then their eye colours and facial features and hair length, hair colour and heights, and then what species they are. Just to try and get stuff in. I haven't got everything in there. I've still got to fill out some origin stories, fears, weaknesses, weapons, hobbies. But yeah, having some fun with it. I'm not a big fan of the hot and warm, and I can't sleep on all night. No, sometimes when it's quite muggy, I think it's the term you want there. When it is muggy, it does sometimes impact a bit more, and it is a bit, yeah, it does get to you a little bit, which is a bit frustrating. But on the reverse side, It just means you can watch the streams for a bit longer. This will probably come way more detailed in the background, but I'm just building some kind of background there. Do you think that Erenfold could take on Shin Godzilla? Oh, I think he could. I think he may struggle a little bit because Shin Godzilla kind of runs away and evolves. But I think he stands a good chance. Erenfold's a lot stronger than most other characters that we've created. Loki's obviously stronger than him, based on the last episode. And hopefully you guys saw a rival unspoken, the last video we did. Erenfold, bless him, he has had a rough ride. He's had it far worse than you can imagine from that video. That was hopefully I got that across, you know, that it's kind of a tough thing for him to talk about, which is quite cool. Well, the only crazy artist that can be killed is Knight of Arcane and Popcross. Yeah, but Popcross has busted Terminax, the Sharp Gang, and Astra, let alone Overseers. You're going to have a hard time there, Ben. And Knight of Arcane, well, I'm sure Knight's got a few things in store too. I just finished drawing off mine of character Seraphim and Lucy. That's quite cool. But you don't like it. Oh, I have that at times. I come back to a picture and I'm like, I don't like it. Oh no, no, no. You are not showing up today. You are not no. I will be sorting this a second, guys. I am not having this today. It is not happening on my watch. We will sort this. We will get rid of that green screen of doom. It obviously wants to be a canonical character. However, I also need to check something because it looks like that could be the reason why. Okay, give me a second, guys. It's a bit temperamental with a few things, but hopefully that's working back. Yeah, the green screen of death. Ah! Well, someone designed it, so I am thinking I would actually take the green screen character and maybe do something with that character going forwards, which would be quite cool. So there is potential there to have the character kind of more canonical and long-term serving. I am hoping eventually this is going to start saying it's charging. If it's not charging, it's going to be an interesting stream. Justin. Aha, cool. Dynaclaw. I'm getting you... Wait, hang on. A Dynaclaw original. Okay, hang on. Dynaclaw, I'm getting you back for the 50s comic book superhero announcer comment. Why do you look like an actor Alan Grant from Jurassic Park? Dynaclaw. Ah, bear with me, guys. This is actually due to a power issue into it. Let me just unplug that a minute. We will get there. This is just literally sorting out the nuances of a bit of a power drain on the laptop causing issues. If need be, I can work a few things out, but yeah. But yeah, who actually, while we're here waiting and fixing, who in the chat watched the last video? Properly watched it through, like listen to the whole lore and story, because if you just watched the artwork through, you've missed a lot of stuff. Red Knight, I haven't listened to any music that you sent through yet. I only literally yesterday from Kingpin's stream managed to I only then managed to actually get the Just trying to fix this at the same time. Get the submissions into a one area list. What's going on with this today? Why is it nothing wanting to be picked up at all? Right, so it is charging now for that adapter, so that's that one working. So maybe if I change this cable back to the original one that we had that was playing silly buggers, we can solve this and get this up and running. It's just pot luck with cables sometimes. There's not a lot you can do about it. I just don't want to knock the power source off while I'm working on this, which is a bit weird because this should be picking up the... Why is it not picking it up? This cable was working earlier. It was the first cable I used. So, it wouldn't be a Dempsey illustration stream or live stream if something didn't go wrong. I'd like to thank all our members for supporting the comical escapades of my live streams. Thank you so much. If that doesn't work, I'll have to restart something in a minute, probably the iPad. You watched last video. Your audio messed up when you talked at the end part. Which end part? My speaking is in me on the camera or the talking bit? If it messed up, then I'll have to figure out what happened with that and I'll re-watch that through because it uploaded and it should have been fine. Hey Justin, I hope you're okay. I just read your comment about the cooking accident. Me speaking face to the camera. Okay, I'll have to check out what's happening on that one. What actually happened on it. Why is it not? We will get this going at some point, shortly. I'm just surprised that it's not registering the iPad, so I'm just going to restart the iPad in a minute. And then reconnect in a minute. So, it doesn't look like much at the moment. Anybody joining, we've got a small technical issue, but we will be back onto the drawing stage in a minute. I'm just restarting the iPad and then trying that. Have I missed anything? Justin, so basically what happened is I tried to transfer hot oil from another pan to another pan and bring the other pan back to the kitchen. It spilled all over my forearm and leg. I'm glad the carpet didn't catch fire. Holy crap, Justin. You're just trying to make onion rings. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad you're okay. You didn't burn the house down. Not really sure what else I could say on that one. But hopefully it's not, as you say, it's not too serious in that. And did you get your onion rings in the end? That's the key important question. We've established you're safe, so the important question is, did you get your onion rings in the end? Why are you not picking up the iPad anymore? We will get this sorted shortly. Failing this, I will set up an alternative method that I usually do somehow. I can't believe this is broken on tonight of all nights. Alright, so give me a second, guys. The stream will go laggy. I'm going to just disconnect my streaming software and then reconnect shortly. So please bear with me. It will blip for a bit. But I will be back. Okay, hopefully we're coming back into play. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, and if we are back up and running on that one. I do apologise for the slight bit of chaos on this. Appears that, yeah, it needed a restart, and hopefully everything's going to pick back up. I'll start working as expected going forwards in a minute. Cool. Glad you can hear me, Red Knight. An ad will be appearing in a minute, which is good. It buys me some time to just sort something out rather quickly, and then we can continue. I just need to make sure I've got certain things running. So I basically, that narrator database, I want to reopen that. So I just need to double check that it's loading up correctly, and then once that's done we can continue with the illustration. So I do apologize for that, guys. It's a bit of a nightmare. I'm glitching on yours. That will get resolved very shortly. Give me a second. Hopefully that should start resolving itself any minute now. So just reload your stream hopefully and it will be less glitchy. Cool, so we're basically back to how we should be. Perfect. So where did I get to? Oh yeah, I was doing those green glowing strike bits. Which is always good fun to do the glowing technique. And then hopefully this isn't blurry, we've got no green screen and we'll be working fine. That's the theory. Hey Kid King, how's it going? Glad you can make the stream. Or the bit of the stream that's working. Had a small technical hitch a minute ago, but we are getting there. Well, that's quite dark. Just working through what would be quite a cool effect. Okay, so merge down. Just got to basically merge these effects down to pick everything up in the background, then we can start working on each character. So we have a new group up here. I can delete that one. So that's what we had before. A new group here. We've got the main illustration bit, that. So let's start working on some of the bits in between, and then I'll catch up with chat in a second. Be sure to let me know if you see the green screen appear, because I don't like it. What else we got? I'm good. Just got done watching a new video. Oh, Caden King, what did you think? I asked this beforehand, what people actually thought of the latest video. And did you feel a connection to the story a little bit? As in, did you feel for Ironfold or one of the other characters? Red Knight, I can't. The story's not actually being fleshed out yet for the redraw. I've got the rough thing structured for it, but I'll never say... I'll never... Currently, I will not say what's going to happen in the redraw story going forwards. No teasers, spoilers or anything. I'm still fleshing out the story ideas and how it's all going to tie together. As I say, I've only just looked at the characters and put them into one file to go through tomorrow, hopefully. And start working on the redraw, which is potentially going to be this Friday. If not, it will be on Monday, and Friday could be another stream. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how we go. before we're back. If it's not a problem, can you hear me out for a sec? I just thought that the green screen would be cool if you acted like Deadpool with a fourth wall break, and just hope your drawing are not going to be affected by it. Drawing won't be too affected by it. But yeah, no, Renate, we can't blame you. It's a good idea, but it's just one of those things. What colour are my eyes? My eyes are blue. So, yeah, I got blue eyes. Also, I was saying beforehand, anyone who's just joined. Oh, Very Odd Parents and Mech Armors. That's an interesting idea, Justin. That could be quite cool one. But I have got a narrator database now, guys. So if there's any questions you want to know about the narrators, let me know. If it's not in the database, I will add a field for it and come up with it. So that would look quite cool. I want a purplish outfit for this. I'm gonna make this one a bit more. In fact, can we just make the whole thing purple for that one? For now, I will tweak the colours later, but I do need to get a skinish colour. Yeah, this might be a character that becomes a regular in the storylines, depending on how well I like the final illustration. So, if it is, I have got a name lined up. So that's quite cool. In fact, if it is, then I may as well design as I... Oh, didn't decide an eye colour. Okay, that's quite cool. Yeah, the hair colour hasn't been decided either. Who is straight? Okay, give me a second. So, Nexum, Ehrenfold, Velocity. Let me just double check them all. Ashana the Godslayer. So we've got Ashana, Mana Blaze, Loki, Connor Farley, Velocity, Ehrenfold, and Nexum are confirmed as straight. The others are not exactly confirmed as not straight, but there is a bit of a mixture in there, but I can't say who's what going forwards, because it may be subject to change, and one of them doesn't have any preference put in there at the moment. Just to throw that out there for you guys and to add a little bit of a, oh my god. So, yeah. Which means now, to answer a question the other week, which I couldn't answer, yes, some of my characters will be in the LGBTQ community. I was trying not to get that wrong because I have a hard time sometimes saying that acronym. I think Frosty is just too chaotic to understand what a relationship is. I also have relationship statuses as well, so I have who's in a relationship with who, but they are pretty obvious, to be honest. One from the last video, and then one from
well, Ehrenfold and Ehrenfold and Mana, because that was kind of hinted at in the last episode, so I can confirm that there was a thing developing between them until until that tragic event happened. Nexum and Demonica, which we all know, to be honest, so there's no surprise there. I think that's it for relationships at the moment. I can't do any that have been, I might be planning to happen, but the ones that are currently in there, those are the confirmed ones. Do you understand what a friendship relationship is? I'm talking about like dating. Why she wouldn't understand because she's that chaotic. I get what you're on about, like the friendship relationship and all that bit. Yeah. I'm trying to all of my OCs straight. So all of your OCs are straight. That's quite cool, Red Knight. By the way, I buy Transformers toys third party off the Combaticons. It's my first third party Transformer. That's pretty cool. She understands friendship kind of relationships. Yeah, she's at the age of a teenager, so it would be expected that Velocity does understand relationships in a sense, but hasn't been in one that's classed as a proper relationship. Same as the kid, really. The kid is a teenager as well, so the understanding of relationships is slightly different between them, but it also depends on their home dimensions. Well, that's another thing. I haven't tied it in yet completely. I need to go back and check if I've actually done any dimensions named for their home dimensions. No, you don't. You pile of... You turd. Yeah, absolute... Stay. Right, it's back. I mean construction cons, not combat cons. Oh, you mean the ones that go to Devastator? That's cool. I think I figured out how to play Chip Skylark in D&D. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, Tegan's got a skit using Asana. Pitiful fools. What do you want, mortal? You said you killed a god, right? Yes. Would you be able to do it again? Which god would you like to slay? There are many I want to sink my blades into, and one will be the screen of death. Because I'm going to kill it right now. Come on, we just sorted this out a second ago. Oh, right, okay. That makes more sense. Hang on, guys. So I know what's happening. That's fine. Okay, hopefully this will start working, but I also need to fill in a gap that I didn't realise we had. I'm hoping the green screen disappears for a while. We're going to have to just work around the technical difficulties tonight while we can. I am hoping that the battery is actually going to... pick up charging in a minute, because it's decided not to. So let's swap this around the other way. 2 seconds, guys. Oh, what was that? Koi, member for 15 months. 15 months of free cookies. You do know the postage and packaging is going to kill me on that. But yeah, you can have your 15 months worth of free cookies. Not got a problem with that. And how's it going? Have you? Yes, you've used the new emojis that we've got. So we have Ashana and Mana Blaze as emojis now added to the list, which is really cool. And I'm just trying to make sure that the battery loads properly. The charger for the laptop. That's why we're getting a green screen. So give me a second, guys. Technical faux pas are happening. I'm just trying to get around them as best I can. Okay, I think that's charging. Well, I say I think it's charging. It's playing up actually, so let's see if I can get this done the other way. Charge. Work. Come on. Right, hopefully that'll start working. Good, making progress in the DLC. Nice. I did see you dropped something to do with that out earlier. Let's get a bit more of this done. Are you streaming someone later on today or tomorrow or something for the DLC again? When's your next DLC stream? Right, this is gonna do my head in slightly, so bear with me a moment, guys, please. I'm going to hopefully improvise a change that'll work for this. I had to take my second monitor off, switch a few things about. I'm hoping the green screen of Doom doesn't reappear, and I'm hoping that this starts charging. So cool. So we've got that, which is cool. We've got the chat, and we've got our database of our characters. Yeah, I understand that, rolling it offline mostly. It's a bit of a beast of a DLC from what you were saying. Can you guys still hear me okay? Because it's saying it's not a huge amount of enough for connection, but I'm sure there is. I think it's just a case of my stream's gone a bit slow and catching up. But that's fine. I will be jumping in, checking chat every now and again. I've had to move it off one monitor to load everything up a bit more so it's not a power drain. It's weird, I've got a monitor, it's got its own power source. It goes into the computer to share stuff and that, and it still drains the computer battery when it's plugged in. I need to look at the settings and stuff on that because it's a massive pen display tablet, but it seems to want to drain some of the power settings for me, and it's like, really? I'm not a lover of it doing that. That's fine, that's just settings. Yeah, I can hear. Awesome. Apple Flavors, hey. Implodes into existence. Hello there, Dempsey. Hello there, Apple Flavors. Apple Flavors couldn't make it. It's... Who is it? I can't read it past the little heart. Couldn't make it. Oh, so you're filling in for him. So who are you then if you're not Apple Flavors? Are you Juice Treats or Juice Sweets? King Dempsey, I'm going to be redrawing my team of Dino superheroes and adding a new member to the team. Oh, that sounds awesome. I can confirm I have potentially at least 2 more characters being added to the stories going forwards. For now. Potentially there's more, but I am creating a huge character database in between things at the moment, which is kind of fun and kind of crazy at the same time. But I am enjoying the challenge of coming up with characters and thinking of how their origin stories go, or how they, you know, they relate. So if I've mentioned something, I'm trying to remember what it is to put into their stuff. Test my own memory to a degree. To be honest, it's a bit of a tricky one to sort and work out at times. Tegan, here we go. What do you mean by you're the one writing this skit? Alright, I'll explain. 2 hours later. And that's what I meant. One of his artworks is fine, I just gain sentience. Oh, so artificial intelligence. Got it. If anybody got what I did there, I'm quite proud I said that with a straight face. Yeah, I think this character is going to be... I've got some characters now to balance out the whole... or in production, that should balance out the whole... I don't know. The whole power of the teams that they're going on to. I mean, some of it's going to be OP in one direction for a while, but that's what makes it more interesting in the story. I am also going to be bringing more in about the, I like to say, the character backgrounds a bit more into some of the stories going forward. So we've had some about Ehrenfold. I'm not sure who I'm going to do next just yet, but it will be awesome once it drops and it gets done, because I'm looking forward to adding the extra bits into it, which would be really cool. Can you guess what the 6 dinos they're based on? Tyrannosaurus, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Ankylosaurus, Spinosaurus, and Brachiosaurus. Oh, sorry, no. I'll swap one of them. Probably the Spinosaurus for a Velociraptor. Those are my guesses. So I wanted to say, Angelic Demon is innocent. That will be hard to flirt with. It's innocent. That'll be hard to flirt to him, and he is over 1,000 years old, but he's straight. That's quite cool. No, he's Red Knight. We'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining. Right, let's get these sorted. So, yeah, I'm planning to add more into the design of the characters and the stories. I will say this now, I am toying with a character that will be using a system similar to Solo Leveling's leveling up system, but they will not be a Reaper of the Multiverse. There are so many Isekai animes that use that leveling system in it for the characters that I feel comfortable being able to add that in there for my character. However, I'm still working about how that character comes to be, what they actually exist in and as. So it's in production, but I'm planning a leveling up character that unlocks skills as they go along. I don't, if anybody turns around and goes, oh, you're just copying so and so and so and so, it's not. It's might have similarities, but it's going to be completely different. Whole different storyline, whole different look and feel for the character, whole different leveling system, based on animes I've watched, and I watch a ton of anime, so I will be having a lot of fun with what I do. I'm thinking of making one like the Wise Old Man's Grandchild. That would be quite a cool leveling system. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that completely yet, but it would be a cool system to be used. Just to give you guys a heads up, you know, you're in the stream, so I'm giving you a bit of a extra value, a little bit of what's going ahead, but I will not say if they are, it hasn't been decided if they're going to be a part of the whole multiverse with the crew, or if they're going to be in their own separate universe. It will not be an existing character like Podcast did with Alexis. It will be completely different in that regard. It will be a brand new character. What have we got? More popular something is, more hated is. Don't worry. Oh, I'm going to be doing it regardless. I just need to get the stories. I need to figure out how it ties in with the overall story arc, and I need to sit down and plan out what I'm doing. So, for example, majority of the characters are human. 2 demons, a human, technically a god, and then a dino-human hybrid. So it's quite interesting to see how that'll work. Also, guys, you'll get an ad in about 20 seconds, some of you, just as a heads up. Being nice and polite to you guys. You got T-Rex, Brachiosaurus, Pterodactyl, Ankylosaurus, and Triceratops. I'm impressed you got 5 out of the 6. Well, I know quite a few dinosaurs. So, saber-tooth tiger isn't technically a dinosaur, but it could be one that's used in it. Woolly mammoth does kind of fit into the bill. You got Dilophosaurus, Diplodocus. Be interesting to see what the last one was, to be honest. But I'm impressed I got about 5 of them just randomly saying dinosaurs off my head. Apple Flavor says, leveling up character sounds awesome. Personally, I like the idea of getting a lot stronger. Apple probably does too. You know, like creation. Kind of like father like son, but different. Cool. What dinos are you all talking about? Caden King has they're redrawing their 6 dinosaurs. They're redrawing their dinosaur superheroes, a team of dino superheroes, and adding a new member to the team. So it's going from 5 to 6. And he said, "Can I guess which ones they're based off?" So I reeled a load out, and I got like 5 of the 6, which wasn't bad. I'm quite impressed I managed to get that much, in fact. So that is quite cool. I think maybe for the stream I'm going to put on the reference so you guys can kind of put over there. It doesn't matter if I draw over it. So you guys can see the overall arcing of the character when I'm doing things on this character. I think that will work quite nicely for you guys to have a little picture-in-picture view of what's going on. So I've noticed I've also put accent down as a field, but it's very tricky to come up with accents on a character as such. What colour do I want the... That's going to be in this, so that's going to be green. Do I want a red or a gold? Gold might work. I don't want a purple. Maybe I need a darker shade of purple borders on that colour. I'm trying to work out colour scheme as well, so... On the character, for example, that we're creating, I want to be able to select sections and have it be certain colours, and I want to keep it like a unique, so I want a colour scheme that we haven't got so the character's easily recognisable. Because where's the fun in having a colour scheme of a character that we already know what they look like? You know, or that we've got, sorry, that we know what they look like, but a character that we have multiple characters share that colour scheme or something. It just takes away all the fun of it, I feel. Which lets me have a bit of fun here with this cape and some of the other colours that are going to be appearing. Oh, I need to take those bits out of that cape to give it more of a effect in a bit. Didn't realise I'd done that. Interesting. I thought I'd removed all the areas that needed removing, but obviously I haven't. What is it? Does apples have a child? Oh, interesting. I just thought you were trying to listing dinosaurs off the top of your head. I was randomly listing them off the top of my head, but it was for a reason as well. What I'll say, I'm kind of impressed you haven't even said the 6th one. That's honestly more impressive. Well, I haven't said it yet. Spinosaurus. Oh, is it a
Oh, what's that big one in the water? A Mosasaurus.
Oh, you guys are just talking about that. That's fine.
Maybe this character could have a leveling up phase as well. This has got kind of like a, almost like a female solo leveling vibe to it, which was not intended, in all honesty. Which is kind of make this more interesting. I will be changing part of these belts and stuff on the front. I will be erasing a chunk of the colour on this because I kind of like the vibe from this bit being almost the same colour. I am also looking to do maybe some case studies. I plan so much this year that I'm just going for it with the channel by the end of this year. So in a few months I will be looking to potentially do some merch related happening. So an update for merch in the store. I've got a few things planned going forward. I really hope none of the other artists have got what I'm planning set aside, but I'm not letting them know what it is yet, so I want to be the first to do it if I can get away with it merch wise. So it will be interesting. I've got no idea how well it'll go down, but it will be interesting if I can get this to work. On a sidetrack note, that's kind of like what I'm planning. I'm guessing you guys won't be able to guess what it is, I hope, but it's going to be something worth it if it goes well. I don't know how well it will be, but I think it'll be a cool idea. That's all I can say. A cool idea. Not a Mosasaurus. Damn it! Hey, welcome back, then. You did a lot today. You'll be, yeah. Canoeing's quite intensive as well. It will get to you over time. It's a lot more draining than you think. Sorry, I've been canoeing before. Or yeah, canoeing, kayaking. I do love abseiling though. Not just climbing down, you know, with just a rope, like abseiling down a mountain with your back to the world. I love abseiling where I'm walking down facing forwards. I haven't done it lots before, and I will be. I'm not gonna lie, I will be terrified if I do it again. It's been quite a few years, but at the same time, I hook myself to the rocks, hook myself to the wall, and down I go. It'd be absolutely amazing. So this, I want to have that here. I put a reference image for you guys that you can see when I do the bits of detail or swap things, you can start seeing it come through. I can delete some of these too. I don't need that quite so many there because I can have a couple. That's going to have a golden colour on it. I already decided I wanted this bit to be gold. Did some designing ahead of time on some bits, so I kind of already knew what rough areas I wanted to be what. We actually just save and helps a little bit. Obviously it's not perfect, but it does let you test a few ideas out and see what can and can't work for what you're doing. Caden King, say it because there's so many dinosaurs. I'm gonna kick myself when you say it though, aren't I? just going to drink a moment, guys, and then we'll continue more of this illustration. It's not going to take long to get the flat colours down. I say this is going to be like a progression piece, so it's probably going to be another week or two working on this one. That will pick up some colours later, but I want that to be that colour because it's a blade. Okay, there are some colour restraints happening here that I need to sort out, so there will be some aspects of this which are going to be very specific for what I want to do for the effects on this illustration. And I will look at the chat again in a second if you're messaging stuff. Still happy to, you know, give any information about the narrators that you want to know. I am building up their fears, weaknesses, hobbies, weapons, fighting skills. If there is a leveling system for them, will need to be a new one that I add. But yeah, looking to build these up bit by bit so that we get to kind of like have a whole character profile for them. Personalities as well, so you know what irks them, type of sayings, almost who they're based upon as a character to be able to reference it back for the future prospects. I am torn on this character between which one it's going to be. I think no, it will be the one that I've got here. Yeah, this character is going to be a new character going forwards. I feel happy enough with the design to add this one to the storylines in their own introductory story at some point in the future. So this character is going to be a future character on the channel. Woohoo! So you guys are a part of channel history. Ben, you said you've learned a bit of interesting information on the recent video. Is that yesterday's or tonight's video that's dropped? I learned something interesting on a recent video of pop crosses. Which video of pop crosses, by any chance? Is it this one? Is it the one before with the little characters? Because I know you've gone off and watched pop crosses and just come back. So I'm assuming it's his latest video for tonight with the 41 minutes ago. Yeah, his video for tonight. Okay. I've got to watch that yet, but if you learnt something, that'd be quite cool. Is it, just to answer this, is it to do with his lore, or is it to do with you've just learnt something that you never knew in general? Because those are two completely different things to learn about. What colour do I want? That colour. Maybe a bit darker than the purple blue. Perfect. I just need one more. Yeah, this is where it gets annoying. Okay, let's figure out what I'm doing here. So, delete that layer, add one more.
Basically, SCP and Has Been Hotel. That makes no sense to me unless Popcross is doing a series, or the next video is going to be, or this video was somewhat similar to SCP as if they were fused with Habs in Hotel. I don't get what you're on about, Ben, but never mind. I am stuck on a hard place. Please, somebody safe from artists. Endeavour. I don't know what to draw. Make up your own OC arc. Make up your own character who specialises in dragons. Ben, I don't know what you're on about. Are you saying that his video is more like SCPs and Habs in Hotel fused together, or what? You can't say no. It's basically like Dempsey just watched the video. It'll make more sense because one, I can't watch it right now, and two, you're not making a lot of sense right now either, which is a bit of a not very helpful for trying to understand what's going on after you said you've learnt some new information. I want that gold colour to be on part of the bit, so. I will look at it in the chat in a minute. I'm just concentrating on this little bit here a minute. Drop some extra bits in for this. Justin's version of the SCP Foundation that has about the same goal as the Has Been Hotel. Right, okay. Fair enough. Kind of figured that might be happening, to be honest. He would have a new goal for his new foundation. Yeah, Kingpin, you might have understood a bit better than me on that one. But it's difficult because it's very hard if someone's trying to vaguely reference something from another streamer's video that's just been released and you haven't seen it yet, because it's not easy to A, watch it, or B, figure it out. That's fine. I quite like this character so far. Okay, let's start working on the soft light brush bits for this character. So I want that colour because that's our colour. Go down darker. I go darker, more that way, and more towards that for the bottom bit. Then we want the lighter colour, so hair 20% lighter, your head saturation halfway a bit, and you just head way more to the blues because it's going to be more of a bluish colour.
her hair on it needs to be... I almost have a hint of the purple.
Oh, what's this? Koi Fish Gaming, thank you so much for doing a membership. And Kuridu Stromboli, congratulations for being gifted the membership. If you're in the chat, then just say thanks to Koi. But yeah, enjoy the membership and your new emojis when you get this. I'm just going to come up with them on a whim. What on a whim? No, I know you weren't trying to spoil it, but that's not spoiling it to me. That's making... that's basically making it... that's just explaining what's going on. Koi, another membership. And Maya Calixto. I think that's how you say your name. I do apologise if I butchered that, but congratulations to you as well. And Caden King, yes, I can't believe I missed out Stegosaurus. Damn it. But yes, no, yeah. I can't believe I missed that one out. And Koi with another one. And Sea Chainsaw Hunter. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on getting the membership as well. Koi, you have been absolutely amazing with the memberships. I'm just waiting for any more to just pop up and ding in my ear. Koi's making me jump at the moment. I'm getting member scared instead of duck scared. But in a good way. Wait, is that another one? Koi, you're making me jump here when these go off. Cinder Rose, congratulations on your membership. How many does Koi have? And that's another membership. Koi, you're just enjoying this. I can see you sat in your seat laughing at the thought of me jumping every time this goes off when I go back to do some drawing. And Synthwave, congratulations on your membership. Koi's getting me back for some of the ones that I've done on his channel before now. So it's really cool to see that, you know, we've got the whole back and forth bit working, which is really good. I'm also trying to figure out what I'm doing for certain aspects, because I want that duplicate. No, I can't do that yet. That's fine. Okay, one that blade with an alpha lock. So the fun part about alpha locking is it doesn't go off the layer, so it'll stay on there, and it's just down to how thick you want your gradients to go on certain aspects or certain points. Right, the gold is going to be a fun one to do. That's going to have a darker colour here. But I also put the gold a bit further up here on the line. It's going to have like almost that blown out yellow here. We're sure it's that one. Oh, that's the gem on the end, isn't it? Cool, because I want to actually put that for the gradient on it. Koi, you splashing the little emoji. No, Koi, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So brighter, left side B. I mean, I'm going to add some lighting onto this, no doubt, to make it all stand out a bit more, but yeah. I feel I missed a trick of a pattern on the front bit of the design, which I might do shortly. I feel there's some ways to improve this. Need another drink a second, guys, but what do you think of the design so far and the colours? To be honest, I haven't got the full colour scheme of this. I just knew what colour I wanted the dagger. The rest of it's just, I don't know, I just think it works. Which I'm absolutely loving, and I'm hoping if this is charged up enough now, I might be able to switch this back onto the other screen and see both things that I need to see properly. Zoom right in on this one for this colour of the eyes here. I'm going blue tint because obviously I know they're shaded, but they also blue behind them. Oh, thanks, Aka. Glad you like the design. Dempsey, maybe make a villain the embodiment of the 7 deadly sins to join Loki's team, and a character that is the embodiment of the 7 heavenly virtues that joins the narrators. Possibly. It might be more fun to swap that round to make the sins join the narrators and the virtues join Loki. That could be quite a good plot twist. Tegan's got a little skit. Okay, hang on. Right. Let's have a go. This SCP was found a few weeks ago. Is it dangerous? Not really. Okay, I guess you won. Okay, I guess you won bingo, Flossity. Yes! What? Never mind about that. Let's get this SCP back to the Foundation. Okay, Galvanic Mechamorph is upgrade and Mayway species from Ben. Yep. Tarot card demons that work under Loki. Oh, that'd be an interesting one. Now I have two. I can confirm I've got 2 new narrators in production. This is one of them. This actual design here is now 100% guaranteed to be a narrator going forwards. So she is a narrator going forwards, which is quite cool. But I also have to merge these down bit by bit before I then work on the larger one. I want to add some extra elements onto this before I do any major work, so Arc 2. Yes, Ben. This character I'm working on now. I've decided to add this to a. It could be a storyline. It could be just add it to one of the teams as a potential narrator.
She will have a certain set of abilities and powers based on what we've already discussed slightly. But she will also have a tie-in with another character in order to use the abilities to the fullest, which would be quite cool. But yeah, this character is a completely this character is going to be in the actual story going forwards. So this character's name is Cesa Eldis. No, this creature doesn't. Nothing quite as crude as that, then. That means I can duplicate. Gaussian blue up to about 10. Gaussian blue up to about 20 odd. And then that one can come down to cool. This is her overall design. We haven't revealed her face yet and other stuff, but anyway. It might be, but I don't think I can get away with this. This is going to be a... she's got a specific way of... She's got a very specific way of getting the creature she summons. Which is one of the interesting parts of what's going to happen on this. So that's that part. I guess it's on to the big guy next for the rest of it. Because obviously there's going to be the chains are going to be done a certain way in terms of colour. This is just one of a variety of summoned beasts that she... well, I say summoned beasts, summoned entities or summons. Yeah, let's just say summons. I'm trying to find a nice way of saying it, but this is just one of a variety of summons that she can do. I appreciate that, Kingpin. I think it works so well for the pose as well on this one. I had a pose of like an entity above a female character as my reference from Pinterest. Can't remember who it's by, so I apologise for not being able to give a full credit. But I basically drew the exact pose walking forwards and the shape of the entity, which is why the ribs, the half the body disappears at the bottom. And then I just started tweaking it for what I wanted it to look like. Hey Minecraft, how's it going? You've missed Koi doing a load of memberships, so you appearing now steals all his thunder. Welcome to the stream. That's quite cool, having a Dragon Rider. Kane King, yes, she's going to eventually end up, once I plan out the episode and add it, she will be in the main story. However, there'll be one or two things to set up her storyline. So we may get the other narrator first before we get this one, even though we're drawing her now. Which means I can use her face as for this illustration as a pose for it. I might draw an illustration with her in the future with the actual face revealed. That would be quite cool. And just for everybody who's joining, I've added the reference image from the canvas so you can see how the overall illustration is looking. And I've got a quick bit to jump in and out of to have a look, which is a really cool feature. And I know you can do it in Photoshop as well, Kingpin, if you find that easier to do. But yeah, this one's definitely going to be one. Arcanan, I appreciate that. I'm glad it did, because the whole base of this episode was to get to know the narrator behind, get to know a bit more about Erenfold, but also it ties in with stuff similar to, sorry, let me just sort this, similar to sound design and stuff, which means I was trying to get that emotional reaction, get them to feel for Erenfold's state throughout the video. I don't want to give too much away for those that haven't seen it, but those who have watched it and watched it all the way through, you will know what I'm on about, because you have to watch it all the way through to get that state. From the first part of the story to the last part, I went through this whole realization of Erenfold and this whole how his emotions would be. And I'll tell you this now, like I said on Kingpin stream yesterday, it is so difficult getting the emotions when you do a narrator's voice right, especially when it's a character like Erenfold who's always, well now, let's slay the wee beasties. Come along lass, let's get 'em. Next 'em lad. We may be in dire straits, but I've been in worse. It's just fine, we'll get through this one. It's always so upbeat, and to get him go like, next 'em lad. Suppose it's time I told you about her. So get it all the way down. Yeah, Kingpin, the picture-in-picture, it does help really well to see certain aspects of this overall, so I can see how the general feel for the illustration is working, which is quite cool. Your first sleeping video came out today. Over 20. Whoa. 20 gigs. Oh my god, that's insane. Quite a while to upload. Did you leave it going for the week? Artigan, don't take it the wrong way, but I really appreciate that. Not the fact that you know, I nearly got you crying, but the fact that it came across as the next step from the last episode. So if you combine the two, the last two videos, that was the build up for Erenfold's one that he for Erenfold's story this time, his realization and kind of like opening an old wound, as it were. But you needed the whole story of Ashana the Godslayer escaping and being against Nexum and Demonica's lovey-dovey relationship, as it were, as she called it. And then the way that I ended that story to set up for this one to follow on from it, I think it just worked. So with the narrator stories going forwards, I'm going to try it with all the stories, but it's easier with the narrators now that, because, you know, we've established personalities and stuff, I don't have to think about them as such. When I just do them, it's a case of establishing that almost relatable aspect, that depth, the bit that draws you in, and the choices of the music at certain points. Oh my god, I went through so many downloaded music files. Kingpin, also, you said you had issues with licensing in the music at the moment on a few things, didn't you? With who you're licensed with? I have Upbeat. Ping me a Discord message at some point, and if you're okay with trying it on one video, I've got a suggestion to try for you. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then it's not going to be the end of the world on one video, if you're cool for it. Caden King's... Oh, sorry, jump to Minecraft a minute for yours, Caden King. It took roughly 24 hours to upload to YouTube. Damn. How long did it take to process when it uploaded? I'm just concentrating on some of these lines here. They're not going to be perfect, but I just want to get some of this done before I darken a few areas and make this quite interesting. Oh no, it's Kingpin. We'll catch you when you get back. King, trying to add emotion to your character's voice so they don't usually have is kind of hard. Yeah, it's really difficult to. It's really difficult to have the right tone in the voice, especially when I'm not a very good voice actor. I've learned the accents I've used in the character voices over the last 2 years that we've been doing it. I hold my hands up. I've got a long way to go, but it's where the characters are done and you've got the voice. I haven't practiced the full range of emotions, so it's quite interesting. Okay, that's quite interesting. Ben, this character won't be having a relationship with Dino Dinoclaw. I do find it quite interesting where your logic comes from that. Imagine this character having a romantic relationship with Dino Dinoclaw. How would that work? I mean, I'm saying now for a fact that this character will not be having a relationship with Dino Dinoclaw. But I'm still curious how that would work. If you ever make Angelic Demon, can you make an actual name be Wolf? If it's too much, do you mean the character's name to be Wolf? It kind of went a bit funny with the wording there. If you can put that again, please, with it kind of like straightened out a bit, make it easier for me to get what happened, then I will answer that much better. I'm assuming just giving it the name Wolf, but it would be interesting. It's a possibility. If I remember, I will hold it down to my memory. If I remember, then it's definitely a possibility. I mean, since she summons creatures and Dinoclaw can turn into a dinosaur version of the Hulk, so... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that kind of makes some sense, but no, this... I have other plans for Dino Dinoclaw in his relationships. Once I get to that point. It's really hard not to spoil anything. Like, I have other plans for it. Yeah, I've got other plans, so... No, don't worry too much. I just have other plans for it. But, no, quite happy to bear in mind, you know, some things for these characters to be pretty much going forwards to sort bits out. But, yeah, Dino Dinoclaw's already got plans, and this character, in terms of relationships, has... As we were doing the stream, I've actually thought of the relationship she's going to have, but at the same time I haven't really finalised any of the core essence of it, so it will be an interesting one. But that being said, I am open to suggestions for them. For relationships, because I am open to change stuff later. I just know this characters and Dino Dinoclaws are set a particular way, which I can't reveal now, but they're set for a particular storyline I've got in mind for this character now that she's going to become part of the main bit. It took a long time, and my laptop isn't a gaming laptop, so I had to do it multiple times. That sucks. I feel for that. Mine's not exactly a gaming laptop, even though it's powerful. I've had to do that a few times on videos. You didn't have enough RAM to do a video that long at 1080p, 60 frames per second, etc., etc. You had to keep tweaking it. Well, perseverance. I will have to check that out. probably tomorrow, judging by when the time we finish all this. But I'll check that out. It's going to be quite interesting. The big guy behind this character looks like it would be named after an ARS to demon. Please name the big guy after one of those demons. I'll think about it. It doesn't have the name yet, but sorry, it's getting a bit later, but it doesn't have the name yet. I'm happy then for you to put names on the comments for this video, or on the last live stream for this, of the demon name, or this creature's name, which would be quite cool. Maybe make a dog that can turn into your phobia dragons. Oh, that's interesting, a shape-shifting dog. And the artificial intelligence from Apple Flavors has just got back from watching that Pop Cross Dudes video. Cool. Okay. If you were to make an angelic demon video, can one of the storyteller name Wolf? And sorry for confusion, I was asking, but it would be cool if it was creature. My real name is Wolf. It's a possibility. I'll have a look into it, Ark. I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm not going to guarantee it, just to be fair. But it's not a bad idea for a character's name to be Wolf. Be interesting. I'm also thinking of doing a redraw at some point where you guys design characters again. So I'll give a text document with a brief, and you guys get to design a character. May not be for the main URL that we've got now, or the main URL, the main storyline. Oh my god, the main URL. Oh, my brain's melting away. My brain is really melting away. Give me a second, guys. Right, I am going to be back in just a minute. I'll put the back screen on so you got some music. I'll be back in just 2 minutes, guys. Okay, I'm back. What have I missed? Oh, Tegan's got a skit. That's the next one. Which god? Zeus. Why him? Just look up his mythology and you'll know why. your pick. Ben says, I should probably suggest to Kingpin to turn phobias into dinosaurs and then have Duck Scare have a device that can turn it into the phobia dinos. Interesting. So who wants Dempsey to create a dog that can turn into his phobia dragons? But wanting and getting are two different things. I need to do this right. Yeah, that'll work. Everyone's going to look at this now and go, what are you doing? And be like, you'll find out once I get that far. I want a... that colour. Hey, Delicate Snake. It's not going too bad. You can see the little picture in the top corner, but basically I've done the basic flats. I haven't gone into the light and shading special effects yet. I'm going to do the colours on this one, and then I think I will probably call it there at night for the night, and then do the final rendering in the next stream. That could be Friday or it could be Monday, depends which one the redraw falls. Oh, sorry, I say Friday. It could be Saturday. Or it could be Monday, depending on when the redraw is going to fall. Because I'm working on that at the moment, which there's been some amazing submissions. We've had 14 confirmed ones from what I was looking at yesterday. I've still got to double check that that's all of them. But we've had more than last time, which is quite cool. And also, this character is going to be a new character in the storylines in the future. And we've designed this one early. And her name is Cesa Eldis. And that's Cesa Eldis, which is a bit of a complex name, but it's going to be one that's going to be dropped in every now and again. And if we get 10 more members, I can make her into an emoji for the emotes. So if you're a member, feel free to spam the emotes now. We should have probably about 10 of them, potentially. I know Minecraft likes to spam them from time to time, and Koi's put a couple in there. Let's have a look, actually. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 now. That's cool. So can't have 10 yet, but we have, if it lets me post them, all of these emotes now. Cool, Minecraft. I think Minecraft got pushed along, but yeah. Antiguan's done cool. Yeah, so we've got Dino Claw, Demonica, Ehrenfold, Nexum, Connor Farley, Velocity Raptor, Loki, Ashana the Godslayer, and Mana Blaze. Gotta add Mana to it because she was in the last story, so it's quite cool. We're allowed to do scripts. Which bit are you on about scripts? Where, what, where, why? But yeah, going forwards, this character is going to be added to the list with added to the stories as a character that's going to show up from time to time, if not actually become an actual member. I've got the kind of role set and which side and everything planned out as of last night. Just to throw that out there, I just chucked the characters info together last night. It's like, yep, this will do. I think there was supposed to be a bone colour coming out the arm, so I will look to sort that shortly. Got to catch them all. Yeah, we've got to draw them all.
Oh, this character going on. Yeah, this character's going to be really a real game changer, as it were. I do also have an idea for what I want this to look like. So this bit here is going to be complete. In fact, this whole bottom half's going to be completely different. So I need that. Alpha lock that and do that blue. I quite like this blue to green effect that's going to happen. That's going to be just a darker green again. Stella's forcing Ben. Yeah, Ben, you're not having much luck with your plans to invade everyone's. I think you need a new profession, Ben. You're not succeeding in your plans to take over or hijack or establish your like taking over people's homes and stuff. This one's nearly done. I don't think I want to change much else on this for like hands or anything else. I'll get textures and colours in. If I do colours on that, it'll come from other bits I'm going to be doing. So that's fine. That's alpha locked, so I need to in fact, actually, I do want to do a new layer. I do want to change the base colour of this creature. I get it all hooked in at the moment, but this is where we get to play with the colour schemes. Yeah, I like that colour. That'll emphasise the greens a bit more as well. Cool, so now we get to have the fun tweaking some of these.
Ark's back or we're back? I've missed it. Did I disappear? Oh, yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Came back a little while ago. Here's a script for you. Oh, little skits. God of Terror. An iconic joke and laugh before they speak. Okay, hang on. I can't do the iconic Joker laugh. It's more like a I can't do it. But anyway, the Joker laugh, and it's like mortals. Hang on, mortals bow before me. I shall reign over the mortal plane with an iron fist. Wendy's worker. So mortals bow before me. I shall reign over the mortal plane with an iron fist.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
It's a what?
Cool, so let's get the... that I kind of want to make here it be. Oh, I quite like that. That's quite cool. That'll work with the special effects later. Okay, so this colour here, which isn't in very many places, I need to go. Ben, to break that, I'll use a TARDIS with into a paradox machine to create a temporal anomaly which gets Alien X wiped out from existence without having to destroy my own universe if he's created my own universe. I think Stella's already on it. I'll be adding textures and stuff over this in a little bit. I'm just working on the core essence of this because it's going to be a interesting one. It's quite fun once you know what the colours are going to kind of be to add that kind of feel to the design. Those don't get changed. These I'll float that, merge them down because I need to merge the individual layers down to gain some back. Cool. So these are going to have... I want to have a different colour in there. Maybe a bit of the purplish colour. And a bit of the blue. I'll float that. Duplicate, duplicate. It's so easy. This tip, once I've learnt it, like 10% Gaussian blur on one normal layer. 20 odd % on the next one. Oops, wrong bit to move. And then the final one, you just literally drop that down to whatever you want for the layer effect. can add your own kind of like glowing effects. That needs to be merged down. That can get merged down with that one and that one. Yeah, we can go those eyes. Do we want for those ones? I kind of like that colour for the eyes. What was I make that? Yeah, that needs merging down, and that one could be. So that one could be merged down there for the eyes there, because they'll be affected by the darkness around it. Create a new layer. Soft grain over everything. Really darkens it up, doesn't it? But then that becomes a hard light. Actually, give me the soft grain on there. Is that too larger? That's why. Suspecting that effect over it. Which then gets dropped in opacity down to just enough to give a bit of texture. And we want a overlay. We want to pick that bright green colour there. There's a lot more to this that's actually get dropped into it in a little bit, but it's and then I want to add a new layer behind. I want that colour again because she's kind of I'll have a look at your little skits in a second, guys. Hang on. Apple flavours, no worries. Or artificial apple work. Thanks for. Oh, sorry. I do apologise for that, guys. I did try to cover the mic and move it away in time. It's on a headpiece, but I just sneezed out the blue, so I do apologise if I've just deafened you all. But yeah, Apple Flavors AI artwork, or artificial intelligence. Catch you later. Tegan, Ehrenfeld just sitting randomly in a room. A random dragon tackles Ehrenfeld. What there? What there? Ehrenfeld Bainsworth. What the? What is this beastie after me? Have fun with the dragon. Oh, are we dragon to slay, are we? Where did you come from? Hell or heaven? Heaven, why? Heaven? Oh, so it does exist. The world that which character is originally from. Oh. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I did not expect to sneeze at that point. Nose is a bit sniffly now. That just came out of nowhere. Cool. I love doing things like this. I want that one there. Wow, she's got a bit of contrast off that there now, hasn't she? Kazuma, thanks Minecraft. Right, we're nearly at the halfway point actually on this. There are a few bits I need to add going forwards, but I think just to clarify where we've gotten to, we've gone from effectively something like this illustration with a background. I'll have to add an extra colour for the original background colour. Basically a background that was similar to that. So we've kind of gone from that to this, which is quite a nice contrasting transformation from that pencily sketch to this rather cool concept that we've got, and that we're working on, so we can add more special effects. What's the time? How long have we been going for? 2 hours. It's about midnight now. I think we may probably call it at this point. I mean, we've got the character basically designed. She's looking quite cool with the weird flames going on the back. I don't know if we'll keep that exact versioning. I'll probably add more to it and make it more vivid or something. Oh, actually, no, that's what we're having. That is the flame effect we're having. I love how that looks. And that could become more of a maybe that. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe if it was darker, that would be a bit better. That looks quite cool. I'll still play around with that later, but that looks quite cool. Caden King, you've officially finished the first member of your Down team. That's awesome. I'll definitely have to check that out when you post it, when I see it. But yeah, I think this will do it for today's one. Just getting to this nice stable point. I'll turn off that reference image. So this is where we've got to for the days. We had a bit of technical issues at the start, but I think we've gotten to a nice point where we've got the we've got our character Cesa Eldis, who there's a lovely little character down here, and I quite love her design. Definitely going to have to tweak the face a little bit or work on it and do a hood down and mask or no mask version at some point, which would be really, really cool. And then yeah, the big giant character, which then if you're still about, feel free to drop that on one of the chats and stuff so that we can go for that. And I think next live stream we do, we will finish this illustration off with a few extra special effects, lighting, everything, and some post rendering. Ben's reheating some soup. That's cool. I was just saying, if you've got any name suggestions for the big guy in the back, then feel free to drop them in. We're going to probably call it a night here, unless anyone's got any questions about the narrators or anything for a minute or two before we disappear. Or if you're all good, then I can, I'll just call it a day, and we will pick this one up next time. And the next video that should be dropping on the channel will be the community redraw, which is all your beast submissions, which I've had quite a few to go through tomorrow to sort that out and to sort the story out as well as the artwork. So I'm looking forward to that. What be everyone's your narrator of Angelic Demon? Just asking. I'm not really sure what would be my Angelic Demon type narrator. I'd have to think of that because they would have a rather weird voice. Ideally, they'd probably skip between a demonic voice and angelic voice, which would just be the insanity in the voice changing tone. That would be quite interesting. Is that a xenomorph Tyrannid Alien X breaking into your house? No, because he would be breaking into my house from 40 for the year 40k. He's not going to be anywhere near my house right now. But if it was a Tyrannid Alien X breaking into the house, Demonica's got spells in place, Ehrenfold fights them, Dino Danicor jumps into whatever, Connor Farley's got the SCPs that he's been capturing and using, including some venomized SCPs on my side. We have Velocity, which is so annoying. I think she just, yeah, I'm not being funny. I'll just send Velocity at it. She'll annoy it to death. Sorted, not a problem. Name the big goober Adramelech? Adramelech? That's an interesting name. Maybe make a narrative of zombies and call her a zombie. A zombie Deadstorm. Oh, that's an interesting one. I will say I am creating a narrator in the future that will be a necromancer of sorts. So I probably got the zombie bits covered on that one. However, the name's already picked for that character if they show up. However, I won't reveal the name because I might use that in a teaser image, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. But I do have a necromancer character I'm trying to flesh out and figure out how that could work and tie in with stuff. The hardest part for all the characters actually is the voices. It's like low-key, for the note for the voices, I've got like Arcane League of Legends to remind me to do the power type voice. Dino Daniclaw's got the David Attenborough, so it's kind of like, here, deep
In the vast jungles of the Department of Multiversal Matters, we have a rare sight. We have a Nexum trying to woo his potential mate, a demoness from the Dark Realms known as the Monica Darkstorm. We are yet to find out why this demon has caught Nexum's eye, but it is rather interesting watching him make a fool of himself trying to woo this member of an alternate species.
So it's kind of like the voices and stuff, and then how they talk and what they're based on. But yeah, it's difficult because I haven't even got a voice for Mana Blaze yet. We just know she says I win to Erenfold, so you know there will be mention of her in the future. I don't know if I'll try and do a voice or just put myself in as talking parts for Reminiscence with Erenfold talking about it. Ashana's obviously got that unhinged bit without the other bits, so it'll be quite interesting. And Connor Farley's got Irish, which is quite cool. Drachia Blazestorm. You guys are going to come up with loads of names. Right, let's catch up. Is Zombie Kid the missing third sister? Oh, don't start that, Caden King. Is that Necromancer? No, this is a completely new Necromancer type character. The one I drew back then is on the Halloween with the big siphon. That it's nothing to do with this one. This Necromancer is based off a different series or genre which I really love. It's one of my favourite Western anime style animated series. So yeah. Then, new inside joke where every time Dempsey makes a certain topic like angels or dragons, make the narrators Demonica clones and name Angelica or Draconia. Oh my god, the names are gonna just go. To be honest, if I did something like the Panini verse or something, or the Food verse video, and we had alternate versions, I would probably drop them in. If we had a narrative specific verse, I would drop the alternate versions in. Obviously, it's not the. Is it the Ashaki Records or whatever it is that Popcross has got? But you know, we could probably see some variants, so it's possible. Salius, yeah, Salius would work. I do like that one, Ben. That's better. That would definitely work. And I apologise, I just knocked the mic when I was moving my glasses. What is your thoughts on your redraw then? If you've posted in Discord, I will have a look in the Discord afterwards. I don't have it open at the moment. How could it be if this character and Demonica are old friends? I don't know. That would be quite interesting. Although, as I say, I do have a storyline set up for this character, which would be quite interesting. But I don't know. It could be an interesting plot twist. Oh, she knows the Monica. But if she knows the Monica, the question would be, is she good or evil? Oh, for the beast. What is your thoughts for your... Oh, your submission for the redraw. The big, red, multi-eyed beast. I quite liked it. It was quite a cool design. I haven't looked at them all properly, as I said to Red Knight earlier. I've just copy and pasted everything into one file or document for me to go through and section out who I'm going to be selecting in the next couple of days. Basically, at the end of tomorrow, I'll be selecting the potentials, and then I'll be starting to type up the story based on the overview I've jotted down, and then doing the artwork. So I'm hoping to have it done by Saturday evening, but if not, then I'll have to swap a live stream round and try and get that done for Monday. She's not related to any of her clones. I'll tell you what then, if that was the plot twist, I'd love to figure out how to explain how her clone is not related to her by DNA, being her clone. That'd be interesting. And it has 2 arms, not legs. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, but that is going to be as far as I go. But I don't think Dempsey will be able to stop us from doing this. You can come up with this fan fiction all you want. I'm not going to stop you coming up with fan fictions of the characters and stuff. As long as you clear it's fan fiction when you type this all out and put it in whatever it's going to be. As for the actual main storyline bits, I am working through core notes for the characters, working through their ages. So I've got ages for most of the characters. 3 of them are unknown, but that makes sense because that's Demonica, Loki, and Ashana, the Godslayer. So we don't know how long Ashana was sealed. I haven't confirmed that yet. Demonica, we know, is just a demon. She could be umpteen centuries old by now. And Loki's also a demon type character from a humanoid cat. So we don't even know when this happened in time and how time passes from one dimension to another yet. That's not a problem, Mark. That makes sense. Ben, I bet Demonica's over 1,000 years old. Well, a lady never reveals her name, and a demon will kill you if she tells you. You think Demonica and Loki will be a few thousand years old? It's potentially possible. They're definitely going to be at least a few hundred years old, because compared to the others being humans and the Department of Multiversal Matters, also time in various dimensions running differently, they can at least be a couple hundred years old. Let's not forget, Demonica said maybe in a few centuries she'll think about having kids. So Nexum was a little bit like, I'm not going to be around by then. Scrap. So it's quite interesting. I will. Is she older than the angelic demon? I don't know on that one because I don't have any notes to make an angelic demon just yet. I never put a twist. Nexum will not be the father. Not in a cheating way, but yeah, Nexum won't be the father because he'll be long turned into dust by then. That'd be quite interesting. Yeah, so we've got 2 demons, a dinosaur hybrid, potentially 8 humans, and a god. Or a god slayer, which is like potentially she took the powers of a god, so I haven't decided if she's a god or a demigod yet. So I'm leaving it as god for now. But it could be interesting. Imagine Nexum and Demonica having half-demon children. I might actually do that on a video. Get you guys to design the children of the narrators for a redraw. Based in a universe where the narrators have paired off and had children, regardless of whether it's what their orientations are. Which would be quite interesting. Is she basically like Mythily for the God-Slaying character? Not exactly. So far, if the story's true from her words, I'm not going to give any spoilers, I'm just going to say what we've done so far. She was in love with a god, and from the last one, he betrayed her for his... she thought he was head over heels for him. She found out he was seeing another god. There is a way to kill the gods that she tricked him into and killed him. And then his lover, who was a god, sealed her away for an unknown amount of time. And that's what's been covered in the story so far. That's been hinted at. That's been confirmed. Literally, it's a god killing gods. Well, she's not exactly a god. She could be a demigod, or she's got his powers, but she's not a full-fledged god. The whole concept of this is, I mean, she's classed as a god slayer because she's killed a god. Now, whether she's going around killing all the gods is a different matter. Whether she can kill the other gods or not is also another matter. But also whether she actually goes after the gods instead of anyone else, we'll have to see. It's her story's potentially going to be a complex one. but her accent is unhinged, if that helps. So we will see. But I haven't really watched much of Mytholethal. I've watched Vigilance. I haven't watched a lot of Mytholethal other than skipping through the designs, in all honesty, because I don't want to be influenced by any of the storylines if I do anything that has mythological creatures or characters in it, which I will be basing anything mythological on the mythical stuff that I know of from real life, like all our fables and stories. So that's where that'll come in from. But a god killing gods, yeah. But then again, isn't that Ragnarok, the series? The gods have the humans fighting against the mankind fighting against the gods, and the Valkyries of the gods become the weapons that are bonded to the humans. There's often fights where gods that got to the point where gods were fighting gods in there, and killing each other. So gods killing gods is a common theme on a few bits. Technically speaking, only gods can kill gods in a sense, unless you've got certain weaponry or something. But we haven't actually established how she killed the god, so that's a story for another time. But yeah, I think at this point, unless we've got any other questions, we've probably covered most of it. Demonica's age, I will think about. She's at least going to be, 400, maybe 500 years old minimum. Caden King, yes, Velocity is just a human, even though she has the Demon of Water as her kind of bonded demon type servant. She is still human. She's not a demonic character. She is just a humanoid teenage girl with accent annoying. Sometimes I don't even need the accent. I don't know what the accent is. It's just that it's annoying to remind me of how they voice the characters. Enfold sounds a bit like a pirate, so it's a pirate. Fen says, aside from the Monica, Val, and the kid, what are your characters' canon ages? I don't know. I might have already asked this. You did, but I've got them. So Nexum's 30. Erenfold's 40 at the moment. About 10 years older than Nexum, but the years could be different between Erenfold's dimension and Nexum's. Dino Dinoclaw, I haven't confirmed the age for yet. I'll come back on that one. Velocity and the kid are... So Velocity's 16, the kid's 15. She's older than the kid, hence why she's kind of allowed on missions and he's not. Connor Farley's in his 30s, similar to Nexum. Loki is unknown. Mana Blaze is 39. She's a year younger than Erenfold. Ashana is unknown, and this character that we're doing now is 23. So this is where the database is coming in handy. I've got all that information. So I'm working it through. Dino Dinoclaw, how should he be? Maybe he speaks quite posh, prim. Dino Dinoclaw is going to be 32. I decided he's going to be 32. What would your reaction to What would her reaction to Kratos? What would their reaction of their children? If it's their own children, I think Nexum would. If it was him and Demonica, it'd be great. If it's him and anybody else, he'll be a little bit like what the type thing, which would be quite interesting. It'd be crazy. This character in Dino Claw had a child. It would be crazy and interesting, but on the reverse side, we'll have to see what happens. Ben's younger than all of them. Yeah, it's because they go on missions. They've got to have some responsibility in the storylines. But I'm not oppressed to, or I'm not against putting a younger character in there, but making it a character that continues. It would have to be an OP character as a kid. Is the database going to be public accessible? maybe once I've finished enough of it, it will be. At the moment, it's just something I've built in Notion, so I can share it publicly if I wish to. Make a public web page for it, so you guys can see. The problem I have though is the information currently on it has stuff that's not been revealed yet, so it might not be. There might be certain aspects I take out and make public. You thought Nexum and Dino would end up together because they're basically the parallels of Benny and Champagne. Kinda, but Nexum and Demonica are... They both kind of like each other, but we don't know if Demonica's is because she's trying to use him as cover from the missions where they've gone off places and she's met up with demons, or if she genuinely likes him. It's not been revealed yet. That question's still up in the air. If you've noticed, she's become more flirty with him, and they are very close, but at the same time she's very mischievous as the double agent. What this character we've got here, yeah, this character would be good in the game. It'd be the Princess of Persia instead of the Prince of Persia, I think. It would be quite a cool one having this character in the game. Trying to think if there's anything else. Any other questions you guys got about characters or stuff that we've got currently? And if we've got it, I can answer it. If we don't, I'll have to sort it out. But I am looking at some point potentially, if it grows enough, getting this entire fandom type, the narrators with an image of each one, onto a database like the wiki, like the Popcross one that got created. I got no idea who did his one though. But yeah, it'll be quite cool to actually see it at some point. But who knows? For now, it's just a case of I've got a local database of character stuff, which would be quite cool to see what happens. She would definitely fit into the Assassin's Creed universe. Definitely. How tall is the kid? Cool. So the kid is currently 5'7". Nexum finds out about the Monica, immediately breaks up with his... Hang on, wait, what? What? Oh, wait. Hang on. Nexum finds out about... Oh, yeah, sorry. About her being a double agent. Yeah, that's... Yeah, he we've touched on that he's preparing for any worst case scenario, but we haven't actually had him believe Velocity when she tried to tell him, as well as cutting her off in the Lethal Company one when they went into the Nexus on that redraw. I can't remember if she tried to say to him again and he just shot her down. He didn't want to hear any bad words, so I'll have to go back through some of my stories and actually update the origin stuff and that on this. What do you think of a Kingdom Hearts style game featuring you and the funny art guys, where the art style of the main characters changes depending on which channel universe they're in? That would be amazing. That would be absolutely insane. I like that idea for a game. Now we just need someone to make it. But no, that sounds really cool. Demonica feels sad for Nexum. I think the whole team, even Demonica, well, I'm not sure about Demonica, but the rest of the team definitely felt it from Erenfold in the last episode, the last video. I really wanted to tug at heartstrings by the end of that. I really wanted people to like feel for Erenfold, for, you know, he didn't have a care in the world. He was, you know, she literally, from an anime style, she just flew across the air in front of him with a punch, and it's like time slowed down, and then he started to get to know her and stuff on this quest, you know, because it would have gone on for a while, this quest, you know, fighting the beast along the way, and that it would be a couple of weeks before they got to the mountains, traveling in his universe, you know.
they would have bonded as a as a party going across. You'd think they'd been together for years as fighting, teamwork wise, and they had the rivalry, and you can get so enthralled in a rivalry no matter who it is. Like, forget the fact that he quite fancied her, and he liked her and she liked him. That's what's hinted at in the story, but their rivalry kind of like a special bond, and then just as things were going well and they were going to do it and Ehrenfold could have saved her, yeah, that happened. Definitely wanted to just build up and then just hit that. So I'm going to look at the music and sound design and stuff going forwards to make it really kick into what's happening for the story, and try and get that emotion in it at the points where it's needed. So I knew this one was quite a sad story compared to the others, so a lot of the music is quite sad or sentimental throughout.
Imagine Demonica just reveals her past to Nexum specifically. That'd be quite interesting. I do have... Hey Soulstorm, I'm glad you could join. We're probably not going to be here much longer, but appreciate you joining, and it was so sad, beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to just get enough of it to have that, and then at the end, have the reaction Ehrenfold would do with just anger and rage from the realization. Because if you think about it, he met her before he became known as an adventurer. So it'd be in his early days, he would have been, adventurers back then would have been probably about 17, 18 or whatever. No care in the world and everything else. And he's now 40 odd. I mean, he's been going for almost 30, 22 to 30. Yeah, 40. He's 40, so he's been going for about 22 years. Holding this, not telling anybody about this, being an adventurer and that. Possibly feeling guilty about what happened, and he finds out through that one encounter, Loki, without any major reproof, Loki, his theory is, was the cause of her demise. So it's quite interesting. Oh, Ark, watch it. You watched the last video. It's not too bad. The story's not like super sad, but by the end of it, if you watch it from start to finish, you turn the volume up a little bit so that you've got the music being heard behind the talking. I don't know what happened with the end of it. Apparently there's a issue with the audio, so I'll have to figure that out for the next one. But the story should have worked and built up quite nicely. Will there ever be a time where Demonica will reveal her intentions to Nexum or the rest of the narrators? There will be a time when they discover it. How exactly has not been confirmed, but there's definitely going to be a time where one or more of the narrators will discover it. And what happens next is going to... Yeah, that's a spoiler. What happens that point forwards is going to have a impact on the team. Imagine him being alive for a century somewhere. What, Nexum? That'd be funny. Dempsey, maybe Ehrenfold's rival wasn't killed but corrupted by Loki. Well, currently the rival's been vaporized into dust. There was no trace of her or the lizard that exploded in the cave, and he searched as long as he could. So currently the rival is completely and utterly dust and annihilated. But we will find out what happens with Ehrenfold and Loki in a future episode. Well, learning from Velocity is a no-go. Well, she could openly admit it, and Demonica just says it was one of her friends from the Bewitching Isles of Song, and Nexum will be like, nah, that's fine, don't worry about it. So, could be quite interesting on that one. It's definitely going to be curious to find out what happens with what happens with Velocity? Velocity's knowledge of that. Does she have a tattoo on her left shoulder? I can't remember which shoulder it's on. She has got a demonic tattoo on. I think it's a right shoulder. Could be a left shoulder. I'm not sure. I have to check the design. Thank you for watching, Ark. I do appreciate it. And I will catch up with you next time. In fact, let me just go have a look, see if I can find Demonica in the narrator pool. Narrators. Well, that one of her doesn't have... Yeah, so she has got a tattoo design on the left shoulder here. She's got kind of like an emblem on it. So yeah, that would have been part of the original design from her from here. So she does have a tattoo on her left shoulder. A symbol. Which I will figure out if there is a backstory to that and add that to it later. Which is quite cool. That's not a problem, Mark. Glad I could help with your questions. Ben says, is it just me, or would Nexum be the kind of guy to somehow invent immortality, where he would just constantly reconstruct in his body? What, with nanites? Probably. I was trying to make a connection between Demonica and Airfold's rival. What, you mean... No, because... How would that work? Because... What, are you implying Demonica is Aerenfold's rival? That would be a plot twist. However, I can say for definite they were two separate people. Or two separate beings. But yeah, I see what you mean. Because Mano in the last illustration... Oops. Has that symbol on her left shoulder. Actually, I didn't realise the symbols were quite similar, to be honest, when I did this. But yeah, I see where you're going from that. I can say they are not the same character. Anything could be possible, but at this point in the stage, and I haven't thought about, you know, making a character another character, which would be a real plot twist. Wow, how would that work? That could... you give me an idea for a new story now. A new character and a new story. But currently, Demonica and Demonica Darkstorm and Mana Blaze are two separate characters. Even though, from what we've just seen, that symbol looks remarkably close to the symbol under Demonica's arm. In terms of a bit of a difference, but similar. But yeah, they are, I say, they're definitely two separate entities of beings. You like the plot twist idea? Yeah, they both have red hair. One's demonic going forwards and that. We love us some traumatized, badass, pink-haired ladies. Yeah, there will be some... if this goes right, there will be some backstories for the narrators that will be like, oh, okay, that's fine. And there'll be some stories that will be like, oh my god, they will draw you into them. I just need to figure out which one's which. I mean, for example, Dino Dinoclaus kind of had his backstory in a sense, because he went to a dimension where he's trapped with the dinosaurs and he became a human-dinosaur hybrid. He's got an origin story that we've done and we've covered that people liked, which is quite good. But we don't know very much about Nexum's origins, Demonica's origins herself, except for what she said a few little bits. Velocity is an unknown. The kid is a bigger unknown. Connor Afali was fan submitted, so I'll have to dig that out to see what bits of the lore I'm going to put in that. We all know where Loki came from, but we don't know how Loki fully became a demonic cat overlord. And Ashana, we know a little bit of her story based on what she blurted out, if it is to be believed.
And then this one we don't have a story or anything for. Blaze has same colour as her hair, reddy pink eyes. And I know Demonica has reddy pink eyes as well. There's a lot of similarities between the two people, the two characters. To be honest, it could be any hair color you want that you'd think would fit for an attractive lady. I mean, some of them are, you can have bright green, you can have red, you can have orange, you can have black in the animes and stuff. They are a wide variety. So I would say draw your design and then change the hair color based on what you think fits. It could be your succubus changes the hair color based on the based on their victim's preferences. I think it'd be cool if the kid stayed a mystery, but there was some environmental storytelling. It's really up to you though, and environmental storytelling for you just telling it would be hard. Yeah, the kid, I haven't fleshed out the kid's origin or anything other than he's Nexum's apprentice, and all we know is he gets homework by Nexum building some mech armors from time to time, or appears in the mech armor stories, and he is learning from Nexum how to make mech armors. Nexum's kind of taking him under his wing a little bit, and that's about as far as we've got from that one. Ben, I can't blame you because I didn't even realize that until afterwards. That's pure coincidence. I actually drew what I had in my head for a cross between Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail and just a general adventurer that had hair that stood out in colour. So yeah, that kind of, a lot of coincidences, not planned, but quite interesting. The more we talk about this, the more we think they're the same character. Yeah, even I'm starting to get convinced on this, but I know for a fact they're not. So this is getting confusing. Nexum's adopted son, that maybe not exactly adopted, but maybe Nexum's free employee. Also, before I forget, does the kid have a canonical name, or is he just called that? Currently, he's just called the kid because Nexum just goes, whenever Nexum sees kids, he just goes, hey kid, yeah, you, do you want to buy a mech armor? He kind of like his salesman side of it. But it would be very interesting for me to put a story behind him. But if I do a story for the kid, I think that'll happen later on. That'll happen after we've gotten all the narrators' backstories. We've gotten Loki's side of it. You know, anyone on his team, Ashana's backstory and that. And then we come up to, if we do a reveal for the kid, I think it would be one of the later reveals in terms of the backstory. Maybe I consider that plot twist, Blaze and the one, what, that they're the same character. Nexum would, Ehrenfeld would, yeah, but could you imagine Ehrenfeld's reaction? He'd probably slay Nexum. I have a kind of theory where the kid generally does not know his real name and just took the label Nexum gave him. Sounds stupid. To be honest, at the moment, that's what I'm running with, because I can't think of a name that sounds really good for the kid, other than the kid. But it's obviously not the same as Popcross's the kid character. He will end up with a name, but I haven't really figured out what the name's going to be yet. This has turned into a bit of a Q&A, hasn't it? I quite like this. I might, in a few weeks, once we drop some more information and I fill out this database, I might do a narrator database Q&A where you ask me questions and I'll just reel these off in one stream. Kind of like what we've done now, but with my face to it, in just a, here's the narrator, maybe load up the narrators on, you know, here's a narrator and here's an info dump for them. Kitty what? Kitty what? It's the kid's name. We don't even know what the kid's name is. It's just the kid at the moment.
But yeah, maybe a bit later on this year, I will flesh out this database with a lot of information, and then I will select bits which I think can be used, and dropped into a Q&A stream where I might even just have them on the iPad and just scroll between the images, or have images on different layers of the narrators and switch between them with my face talking or something. But yeah, it would be quite cool. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to be doing the how I'll be doing it, which would be quite interesting. Your ideas for the kid's name would be Kiddy what? That would be an interesting one. It's okay if you don't want to answer this because spoilers, but if you're going with what I speculated, how would he discover his real given birth name? Well, the kid. There would be a number of ways. One of them could be he already knows his birth name and his origin story's a bit dark and twisted. The other one could be that he stumbles across some form of record. Maybe Nexum's investigated the kid's origins in the dimension and found out some about the origins, or the Department of Multiversal Matters has, once they do a background check on scanning him for his home dimension. That's another thing actually as well. I haven't confirmed it yet, but each of the narrators and they will have their own dimension ID, so they will come from separate dimensions, and I will give them an actual dimension name, coordinate, location. Not like Earth 666 and stuff. They will have a unique name for the dimensions. Hey, Dragons of the Bomb. Not a problem. We will be disappearing in a little bit. We're just doing a couple Q&As, so if you've got any questions about the last video of this, get them in now. But it'll be quite interesting. But yeah, going back to your question, Ben, it'll be quite interesting to see how we would reveal the name. It could just be a case of maybe the backstory of the kid has a bigger meaning in the whole infrastructure, which would be quite cool. Oh my god, I have a weird idea for some narrator. Ask a YouTuber friend to be in your video. Possibly. We have, we might do some narrator crossovers if we can figure out the logistics. Way down the line, once we've actually got enough narrators on all the channels to do it. It would be quite cool. It would also be quite a lot of work to do, but it'd be quite cool. Trauma related to his name sounds very plausible. Yeah, it could be quite interesting. Like, be your narrator, like Kingpin be voice of one of your narrators. Yeah, the only thing with that arc is if it's a recurring character, that then ties my videos with that character down to Kingpin being available to do the voice of that character. Which is a good idea, but it's the same as what we've got if we've got voice actors coming in to voice our characters. They either have to work to our schedule, and it's not always easy, or the videos for them will be far and few between, which will be a little bit of a nightmare. Ben says, it would be funny if Aaron Fold found out that the moniker's Blaze. I bet he'd be weirded out a bit. Yeah, he would be weirded out a bit. He'd be very conflicted at that point. Dragons of the Bomb says, if any of your narrators got a power pet, what would that pet be? Aaron Fold would be a dragon because he slays them. He'd be riding a dragon to slay them. That'd be just, yeah. The moniker, I think, would probably be some kind of demonoid pet. Nexum's going to definitely be a mech armor style pet, like a mech or a robot or something. Dino Dinoclaw is a dinosaur, because, well, yeah. Velocity Raptor, for a pet, she's got Orange the Velociraptor, so she's kind of already got a power pet. Connor Farley's going to have an SCP of some sort. And I think that's it for the main narrators. I mean, the bad guy teams, I'm not going to give them any of those. They're not allowed them. They are already OP. King Creations, any chance to do voice acting, I'm down for. I will bear that in mind. Ken King says, I think it would be very funny if all the mech makers... Sorry. To apologise, I'll start that again. Ken King says, I think it would be very funny if all the mech armors met in a video, maybe once all of you have one, if Kingpin does one. Yes, Kingpin's currently the only one that I think doesn't have a mech armor or an armor guy. Yeah, but it would be quite interesting to have them all meet. Ven says, it would be funny if the Monica or Dino's would be a cat. I could picture maybe the Monica then with a giant tiger or cat type beast. That'd be quite interesting. I mean, we have another narrator which we haven't had on the channel, we're briefed in, which is Hero, who was the Beast Summoner. But that was a one-off episode that never got off the bit. It's fine, Kingpin. You know, it just takes time to build the narrators up. We've been doing them a lot longer than you have. Oh yeah, Kingpin. And if you missed it, basically, Ben's worked out that both the Monica and Amana Blaze have a similar tattoo on the left arm. They've both got red hair, red eyes. Both females. Both can use very powerful magic. Are they the same person? Which I've said they're not, but even the way that they're doing it, I was getting confused. I was like, well, actually, they do come across very similar in a lot of aspects. So it's like, oh. I love the two different character be the same character secretly. So thanks for the idea. Yeah, that's quite a cool idea, having two different ones. I know all these dragons of the bomb. Have a nice vacation. And yeah, we'll catch you. Sorry. Yeah, have a nice vacation and we'll catch up with you next time you're about. Or just Erin, instead of a huge badass dragon, it's just a little cat. Yeah. Aaron Falls is a baby turtle and he doesn't realise it's a turtle. That'd be even funnier. He's got a fear of turtles. Kim, what about the guy who narrated the catnap mech armor?
I'm not sure that was a set narrator for that or not. That said,
we stopped drawing on this about a good 30 minutes ago. And we've just been doing a Q&A with ideas coming through. Wait, are you talking about Ven? I think I missed it. And then Ven goes, who cares if Aaron Fold would be scared of turtles? The little one might just be an exception.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't know it's a turtle when it's little, because sometimes some creatures don't look quite like what they are, that could be interesting. But I think on that note, we will save the Q&As for the next stream. If you have any questions about the narrators, feel free to drop them in the comments. Like, I don't know, favorite foods or anything like that, stuff that you want to know about them, so I can flesh this database out in more depth as we go along. Because I'm quite liking the fact that we've got this database now to go through some key information, like who they work for, what their identifying features are, you know, some notes for me for bits that aren't going forwards, and then just to give you a full idea of this database, once I get into more depth, I've got the basic ones we've covered, but I also have, which I'm fleshing out for each character, their origins, powers and abilities, hobbies and interests, fears, weapons and fighting styles, and their weaknesses. So, lots of stuff on that. But, on that note, I am going to say good night to you guys. Thank you all for joining the stream. I've had a lot of fun answering your questions at the end of where we got to. I probably could have drawn a bit more while we're doing it, but it's fine. And I will catch up with you guys. Oh, hang on. I've got time for one last one. I've just seen it. What kind of music genres would you assign to your narrators? Oh, I don't really know on that one. I suppose Nexum should be techno. Ehrenfold probably would be more of a jazzy style music bit. Dino Dinosaur is going to be classical. Velocity is going to be anything going forward. Some of them will have K-pop Some of them will have K-pop, but I will figure that out. But yeah, don't worry, Ben. I will sort out music genres. I'll add it to the list of things to add on to it. But yes, as I said, I'm going to call it a night now. So thank you all for joining, and we'll catch up again next time. See ya.